I'm Chemo, and welcome to AskKeemo. I wanted to do this just because I simply realized, I don't know, a bit ago. I just know how to talk to people. I joke, I laugh a lot, I talk a lot of shit. But when you really get to know me and you ever had a real conversation with me about like deep stuff, or I got in my Duffy, I know how to talk to people and I know how to give advice. I'm gonna just get straight into some of these questions. Somebody asked, and like I said, this is anonymous, so like I don't know. Like I know my relative didn't believe me. I seriously don't know who it is, so this is a judgment-free zone. I'm a judgment-free person anyway, but this is super judgment-free zone. First person asks, how do you deal with the struggles of the world today, as in what makes you keep going regardless of the situation? Makes me keep going in life, and when I really want to pursue something, or just in general, without, because we've all had the mental days where we feel like, man, life is just fuck life. My nieces, my baby Josie, my mom, and the people around me, and then now I have a daughter, so the people around me makes me want to keep going, because even though you want to live for yourself and within yourself, when you have other people around you that care for you, you got to think, like, if you was to think suicide or something like that, not saying you necessarily are because you don't state that, think about the people around you, how they're going to feel, so that's my driving force though, because I want my nieces to be better off than where I was, when they hit their certain ages, then my daughter too, I want to make sure I put her in a position to succeed, the best position she could be in to succeed. So yeah, honestly, that's what just keeps me going. Family, ultimately, I guess family is the root for me, and I have a great supporting cast around me. Like the people, my inner circle is great, and those who know they're in there, they know. But yeah, just look at the positives. Always take away something. It's always a positive to take away from a situation, even if it's just a learning experience. So I always try to point out the positive to keep me up. So hopefully that helped you a little bit. I don't necessarily know what you was looking for exactly, besides just an insight about me. Somebody fucked my bitch and I'm trying not to kill him. I need some help. First off, don't kill nobody, because it's not worth killing somebody necessarily, right? Your emotions could be high, and I understand that, but it's not worth it. You have a few options here, right? You can either take it, let's just assume you're a dude, take it on the chin like a champ, and just go through that cycle of emotions, and it pass sooner or later. I'm not saying it pass tomorrow, but it pass sooner or later. It will. Or just sit back and ask yourself, how do you feel right now, right, about her? Because did the dude just being the dude at the end of the day? If you want being realistic, most dudes go fuck most girls that they can fuck on, right? It's like that saying, they say, what, dudes fuck on what they can, right? And girls fuck on who they want, or dudes fuck on who they can, girls fuck on who they want. He was just being a dude. It's really your girl fault, for allowing that opportunity for that dude now. But you gotta think, at that point, do you love her? Are you willing to move past this? Are you willing to work on things? It hurt. Nobody ain't gonna say it don't hurt. Heartbreak hurt. I don't know if you heartbroken, but I would assume so. If you trying to kill a nigga, it ain't worth it. Don't get mad at him. It's natural to. I don't blame you. I understand it. But nah, it ain't. Nah. Answer some questions about. First, answer, how do you feel about her? That's first. That's what you need to figure out first. And then you'll be able to find these next steps. Answer, how do you feel about her now that this situation has happened? That's the next step. So ask yourself that. Hopefully you ain't killed nobody yet, because this was some days ago. You know, like I said, I try to respond. I'm gonna try to respond to these like every Thursday or Friday. So yeah, and then try to have this video out by Saturday. But I do have a life myself. Yeah. So that's my advice to you. Hopefully you didn't kill him. But alright. You know what I'm saying? Where we going next? Peace and love, really. I just got this message in my DMs. I love to hear your perspective. Now, I know who this from now because my relative hit me up about it. You know, okay. I just got this message in my DMs. Love to hear your perspective. So my homegirl is 40 years old with 3 kids. She want to stay in my 1-bedroom apartment because she just got evicted from her house. Me personally, I don't want to let her because she took a 2-week vacation to Paris, then came back and partied before she left. She knew her eviction since July, my bad, and she knew it was coming in September. Now that she has to be out today, she's blowing me up. I wanted to know what you think I should do. You usually give good advice. How do you feel about the friend? You know, at the end of the day, whatever decision you make, you know what I'm saying, make it from being genuine, right? Don't make the decision to let her move in and kind of regret it, you know, because you gotta stay true to the core, right? Like when you first let her move in, if you do that, what was your core self telling you? This is genuine. This is, you know, this is good energy that I'm putting out. This is what's right, quote unquote. I'm not saying this is the right thing. Now, personally, I wouldn't, on the simple fact that, okay, she's 40 with 3 kids, right? To me, at 40 years old, you need to be thinking about your kids and the security of their home, right? I mean, you should be thinking about that since day one when they're born. But if you're willing to go out and travel to Paris, and I know that's not a $100 trip, you know, instead of trying to focus on where you and your kids about to be living at some point you got to take, you know, responsibility for your own actions, and you can't pawn that off on somebody else and make them feel bad because you wanted to wait. My monitor died. Sorry for that pause. But yeah, somebody, you know, you gotta take responsibility of your own actions. That's it, pretty much. So I personally wouldn't, just because, you know, you can't, like I said, you can't do something and then try to fall back on somebody, yada yada, and then push your fuck up on them. Now it's kind of one of those things that if this person constantly looked out for you and did things for you too, solids, like that's, you know, solids, and you consider this person really like somebody close to you, then that's a different story. Have been really stressing about my goals and my future. I want to do so many things, podcast and content creation, but since I have a family, I do not know what will pan out and what won't. I don't want to suppress my dreams, but I also don't want my family to go without. Any advice? Yes, I have a lot of advice actually for that. So, I'm a firm believer in chasing your dreams, right? One of my biggest regrets is, it's not chasing my dream straight out of high school, right? Because I loved football. That was me. Like, it was my genuine love. Not to sound like a cliche, but when I was on the field, it was just me in the field. I didn't have no outside worries, like nothing, you know, I didn't think about nothing else but the field. And I should have pursued that and just to the furthest I could have possibly went, you know, just to see, you know, because at the end of the day, trust me, you'll rather say you tried and failed than you just never attempted it. My advice is simply Because I feel you with that, right? I'm gonna tell you this. I call myself a pussy when it comes to I'm not man enough or whatever, brave enough to drop my 9 to 5 or my 4 to 5 job, whatever, to go all in on some stuff that doesn't start off making me money, especially since now that I have a daughter, right? Like I have to secure my family future. But I make time. Grind is what I would say. Grind and do this content and podcast stuff, because those are things you could create. The best part about being a content creator and an entrepreneur in general is that you set your own work hours. If that means you got to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning grinding, doing what you got to do to try to push this stuff out and go to that 9 to 5, then you got to do what you got to do. It's how bad do you want it, kind of thing. Because you still providing that security for your family, and you still chasing your dreams. Yes, you're not putting, it's 20 hours in a day into it, but some is better than none. Consistency is the real key to it. You got to be consistent, so as long as you consistently trying to put, work on it and do it, you'll be good, I believe that you'll be good, because it's all about consistency. You can't cheat the grind. So, time management, bro. Honestly, time management, just like I said, be secure, have that secure spot for your family, and then just switch up the hours, right? Switch up the hours that you doing your entrepreneur work. So that means you gotta have longer, later nights. You gotta have later nights, but you're able to do it though. Still, it's a balance. It's a balance you gotta try to find, So try to think about that schedule and how you want to balance that. Is how I say do it. Personally, that's how I do it. Okay, we have one. I have two that I don't want to answer, I'm gonna be honest. And before anybody say something, it's only because I feel like I know who it came from, because at the time only certain people knew about this website. So yeah. Damn, I'll use this one first, because the last one I don't even know if I'm putting here. My girlfriend keep beating my ass and taking my money. How do I get out of my relationship? Just leave. Just leave. It's a double. I'm not getting into the whole thing. That's gonna spark a debate. I'm not getting into double standards, but just leave, bro. Just leave. It's not worth it. That's my advice, and I'm not diving into it because I know who it came from, and I just talked to you. So I recently cheated on my significant other. Let's just throw this out there. I do not think this is a real question, but if it happened to be real, I guess I give my genuine advice. So I recently cheated on my significant other and called it STD. I unknowingly passed that STD to my stepsister and my girlfriend. My stepsister and girlfriend both confided to each other and found out they both had an STD at the same time. They thought it was a strange coincidence. What should I do? Should I remain quiet and act dumb? Or come clean and say I gave it to my girlfriend and blame my girlfriend for cheating on me with my stepsister? You know what? Got to see it through, my boy. Got to see it through, my boy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Go to PPH or something. I don't know. Seriously, that's a curveball. I don't know. Now, I'm not gonna really give my real advice to that, just because, like I said, yeah, no, But like I said, if it is real, damn, my boy, damn, that's a tough situation. I say do whatever you started off doing, though. If you started off lying, keep lying. You gotta keep lying, my boy. Got to see it through, my boy. Gotta keep lying. If you started off telling the truth, just be honest. Yeah, just be honest. Not the whole truth, but just half the truth. Because realistically, okay, your girlfriend, cool, right? Or, your girlfriend, she could, you know, be assuming she got it from you because that's your girlfriend. Let's assume she only mess with you. The stepsister, she could be messing on with anybody. So that can completely stay a coincidence. See? Gots to see it through, my boy. Hey. And that's all the questions for now that I'm gonna, you know, answer. But like, share, comment, tell somebody, and this is gonna grow. Don't say nothing about my wrinkled background. I know it's wrinkled, whatever. I'm gonna get a new setup soon, or one of these days. I don't know, probably do this in the garage. And yeah, you know, thank you guys for real. It means a lot that you guys actually ask questions, and you know, like I said, be doing this again next week, and we'll see what we got. Thank you for the love and the support. As always, too, I'm gonna be letting y'all handle my life as this goes on. Just so, like I said, we all go through the same stuff, but some people don't talk about it, so they feel like they're alone. So, you know, I'm gonna let y'all know, if I can relate to y'all, I'll share in a relatable sense, so you don't feel alone. So yeah, thank you guys. Man, I've been feeling like that nigga when I walk through that